Is this thing on? And we're back. We're back with the Vernlogic podcast. I have another great guest here. This has been a long time coming. I think I waited years. He'd be so busy. Like, we had to wait till 2024 to record, you know what I'm saying? But I have here with me Jethro Swagg, 2Gs. But I'll let him explain why it's 2Gs. Let's see what's up.
Hey, listen, what's up, Jersey? This is your boy Jethro Swagg, and it's spelled Jetroswagg because I'm double the gangster. That's why there's 2Gs in swag.
He was so serious. He was so serious about it, explaining it like that. But I've known bro for years now. I don't plus 5 years, I would say.
Absolutely.
Type of thing, and our bond been just locked in ever since. He gives me advice. I hear him out, and just two great minds, in a room. So we're gonna see what the conversations bring. So I'm gonna just start it off. Musically, what led you to go into music? Like how?
So when I was growing up as a kid, I remember listening to like Tupac, Biggie, NWA, Eminem with my father in the car. We used to drive around in a old. I guess it was a Pontiac Grand Prix. And my father always used to listen to that music. My father grew up listening to that type of stuff. He grew up in South Florida. And that's what got me involved with music itself. And then I started writing lyrics. And then my dad found my lyrics and threw them away because they were pretty explicit for a young person. And I guess after high school, when my father passed away, I moved up to New Jersey and got involved with a couple of guys here that worked with Empire Records. And they actually brought me in as a camera guy. And I was doing a camera guy, gig for probably like 2 or 3 years. And one of the guys came up to me and they're like, "Yo, do you spit?" And I was like, "Well, I used to write lyrics all the time." They're like, "Well, jump on the mic." And I hopped on the mic, and that's where Jethro Swagg was born. And I've been doing it ever since. So we're 12 years strong independently.
Word. Heavy on the independent. I love my independent artists. I really give you guys your flowers because it takes a lot to really, manage yourself, put out music, promo, book shows, be the manager, the artist, and the producer sometimes because, some people make their own beats and everything of that nature. So I definitely give the props to the independent artists. 12 years strong. That's a long time. I bet the music has changed from your first song to now you're making projects that you probably wouldn't even think that, you're making. So that's amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing. Sure. I mean, when I first started out, it was more of, the straight hip hop genre. I was sticking to that. And one of the guys that was, I guess he was an A&R with Empire Records said, "Hey, listen, you're from down south. You got that country twang." He's like, "Why don't you take the two, country and hip hop, and put them together and develop something of your own?" So I did, and it became hick hop. Because down south they call us white people they call hicks. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I was like, you know what? I love hip hop, and I am a hick from down south. Let me just punch them together.
Just put it together. Word.
Hick hop. Yeah. And that's what I ran with. Obviously now the style of my music is still a hick hop style. Yeah, but it's more political now. Okay. I got a couple of unreleased songs that you previously heard.
And I heard them. Yeah. Vern.
Yeah, nobody else
always listens to the unreleased. I love it.
Nobody's heard them yet. They're more softer, mellow, and they're more of a poetic style songs. They're more poetic, and I mean, anybody.
I feel like it's a different vibe that you're giving.
Anybody that does music, they understand that it's just a conversation at the end of the day.
Honestly, yeah.
You're having a conversation with someone on stage. That's all it's in.
Honestly, if that's how you put. Yeah. No, honestly, that's really how it is. Like, a lot of people say, like, music is like storytelling. A lot of people storytelling their music, and it be stories. It be stories. So it definitely is intriguing to know and how people take that narrative, run with it. Some people dramatize it. Some people just tell it for what it is. So it's definitely a good gift to have to, lyrically write music, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your process like to creating like an album or a project? Like if it's a single or album?
So typically I like to focus on singles and EPs.
Okay.
Albums are a little bit more difficult to release. You do have to have a record label under those. for you to be able to release them on platforms, for you to be able to get paid on them,
really to get that revenue, yeah.
Which I would have a record label under it, because I do have my independency through Empire Record.
Yeah,
that's a lifetime M&D deal that I have with them. I love my team that I work with, and Concert Crave is another big team that's done a lot for me.
I heard of them. Yeah.
I've been working with Concert Crave since day one. That team with Concert Crave is absolutely amazing, and it's a family. It's not your buddy. It's not your pal that you.
They make it family oriented, like
family. And they've developed me over the years as an artist because I've performed on a lot of stages with them in all different states.
Okay,
you know what I mean. So that's just where I'm at with my music industry now. I want to be upfront with my music. It's real. It's not fake. It's not your everyday music that you hear on the radio either. But if you enjoy music and you enjoy lyrics, then you would enjoy my music because it's real. It's no bullshit.
I definitely vibe with that. Have you ever had like open verses? Like you'll send somebody an open verse, and have they ever sent it back late?
So,
or you would say people send it on time, like
as far as an open verse, are you saying like a feature with somebody?
Yeah.
So I've had a guy that I worked with. He's out of Canada. His name's Justin Rogers. He's really big out there in Canada.
Okay.
Not so much here on this side of town, but I've never really had an issue with a feature of it being sent back late.
Mm-hmm.
I sent him a feature up and a beat and everything. And paid him for the feature.
Yeah.
And he probably sent the stuff back within a 4-hour bracket.
Okay. That's good turnaround.
It's a good turnaround. I've really never had an issue with a feature other than what they were trying to have me feature on. It was like not what I wanted to do.
Okay.
I've turned down features, because of that.
Yeah.
And people are like, what the hell are you turning my feature down for? Well, you're not doing what
They're going this route,
right,
and I'm on this route,
right,
type of thing.
I'm on a paper route, and you're on the route to the corner store.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I like how you put it like that. You go into the bodega, I'm trying to go up Wall Street.
Yeah.
Nah, I get it. Okay, word. Have you ever had any diss tracks? Like, have you ever had to make?
Yes.
No way. I don't
yes.
think I really had an artist that like had a diss track.
So,
really.
In the journey of Jethro Swagg being made, evolved, and born, there was an old boss of mine, which he's not even an old boss. He's my boss now.
Okay.
His name's Theo, and he always picked on me about, me trying to do music. He's like, oh, you're just another white boy trying to do music. And there was a couple of times that we did battle raps against each other.
Oh, yeah.
And they were live streamed on Facebook and stuff like that. Yeah. And those got pretty interesting because we really took some punches at each other.
Yeah, like y'all really.
And the next day we were like, bro, I'm sorry.
Word, like let's hug it out, shake it out. Yeah.
I was like stabbing at his family and his girl and stuff like that.
Oh man, you was going below the belt.
I had to.
Yeah, especially if he like. Okay,
he
especially if he like threw it out there. He's like, nah, I gotta go in. Like,
and we had two battles that we did. The first battle that we did, I kind of choked up on. I made it all the way into the third round. Third round kind of crushed me. He got all 3 rounds on me.
Yeah.
But the second time around, I definitely would say that I took the advantage of that and ran with it. If there ever came another day for me to battle rap him or anybody else, I mean, they'd have a problem. Because I'm more developed now.
Oh, so you're more seasoned. Okay, Don't play with him, y'all. Please don't do it.
I'm the salt and pepper.
Because I would be the first person to cover the story. No cap. I would be a journalist tomorrow. Type. I would definitely be a journalist. Like, he said don't do it in the podcast. I don't know why you thought to say something, but
don't do that.
I'm warning you now. Don't do it now. Don't do it next year. But that's crazy. I never had an artist to like have a diss track.
Oh yeah. I've worked with.
It'd be getting intense though.
I've worked with a couple of different artists that did some diss tracks. I have an artist out of North Carolina right now. His name's Trust Raccoon.
Yeah.
He put out a diss track on Eazy-E.
Oh.
And it was like it was like not Eazy-E, but it was G-Eazy is who he put.
Okay. I was about to say
Excuse me. God rest his soul.
I was about to say same
G-Eazy. was the guy's name that he put a diss track on, and it actually popped off out there in North Carolina.
And he really said his two piece.
Like some of the stuff that he said in his song, I didn't even know that stuff about Jeezy.
Oh, I gotta listen to that.
I fact check the shit. You
know yeah, you gotta fact check, especially when it comes to diss records. Like, you have to fact check the facts to make sure what you're saying is damn.
And it's not even in diss tracks.
Yeah, it's in a regular song.
Yeah, you got to fact check some of the things these people say today. And like, if we're going to speak about music, like, I speak about music because it's real. I don't speak about music because I'm out here selling drugs, killing people, and all that.
Right, it's not no like
I don't support
premeditated storyline type of thing.
You know
like, this is your script.
You got somebody in the background ghostwriting a murder scene for you.
Yeah,
like, that's garbage.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, I always like look at that as like, just y'all say ain't no cap in your rap, then why would you?
The industry ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that are in the industry. What they talk about, they really do. But a lot of the artists today that are getting recognized by what they're saying, not
false
actually what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why if you see, and hell, this might get heard by the wrong person, but I really don't give a shit.
Word.
Like, that's why you see artists falling off.
Yes.
R.I.P. right next to their name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're being sacrificed.
Yeah, they're taking that.
The way it is.
No, for real.
It's a dog eat dog world.
I literally said that to somebody that was like, it's a dog eat dog world. Like, if you're not gonna get that opportunity, the next person is. So it's like everyone is not in a chicken race, but like everybody's in the same sequence to like go to the top. Everybody's trying to get to the top.
Yeah, that's where everybody wants to get, and not everybody gets there. And the people that do get there, respectfully, they get the opportunity to stay there as long as they do what they're supposed to do. I mean, that's why you see a lot of the bigger artists that are still rocking, like Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Jay-Z, Dr. Dre. Like, a lot of the old heads are still out there doing this shit because they did it the right way.
Yeah, they took their time.
Didn't get knocked off.
Exactly. They knew what they were doing, type of thing.
And like, the only reason that the situation between Biggie and Tupac happened was because they were fighting over grounds.
I was about to say, like, the turf. Like,
they were fighting over turf. That's what it was. They were both the hottest damn artists at the time.
Mm-hmm.
They were both going for the same exact thing, and then someone just didn't like it.
Yeah, and it didn't go by a certain person's standards, and
someone
to
just
each its
like
own. Word. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Would you see? I know the answer to this, but for the supporters, would you compare yourself lyrically to anybody in the industry?
Lyrically, no. And the reason being,
I like that answer.
The reason that I do not compare myself to anybody else in the industry is because I say things that people are scared to say.
Yeah. One thing I know about you is, like, you're gonna stand on business. One,
sure.
And two, you're gonna say what needs to be said. Like you said, you're gonna say things that people won't say.
Right.
And we live in a world where you can't be scared to say what you're gonna say, because then you looked at as
that was given to us.
Yeah, exactly.
It's our Fifth
Amendment. Yeah, exactly. Freedom of speech. A lot of people, double back on that and are timid. Like, if you're gonna say something, especially musically, that is your free grounds to say whatever you want to say.
For sure.
Put it out there. But you, on the other hand, I'm putting that song out. You hear me? So
that's it.
So yeah.
I'd rather approach a situation with a song, because at the end of the day, why am I not going to get paid for me to speak to you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My speech is not free.
Mm-hmm.
This world that we live in is not free.
Right.
If I can earn off of what I'm talking about, then why shouldn't I keep talking?
Word. Absolutely. That's literally how you got to look at it. You can't really, like you said, do stuff for free. It has to be of value or benefit to you,
of course,
type of thing.
My life is valued.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you don't value yourself as a human being that has a potential to be somebody in life, then how do you expect to ever grow?
Word. How do you expect to move forward? Yeah. That brings me into our next question. What's the value of time, and what does it mean to you?
So the value of time to me personally is not to waste. Mm-hmm. You don't waste time. If it's not benefiting you, then why do it?
Right.
If you're not happy with what you're doing, then no one around you is going to be happy.
Right.
And if the time that you're using is not being used properly to elevate your potential in life, then why in the hell are you doing it anyways? So I take time pridefully and use it wisely. Because at the end of the day, as long as that clock is ticking, so are my pockets.
Word.
If they're empty, then what am I doing?
Yeah, like what are we really doing here? Type of thing. Like
the dollar bill is so ugly today.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. If you look at currency growth over the years, the dollar bill is worth literally 35 cents in this country. That's all it's worth.
Mm-hmm.
35 cents. A whole dollar is worth 35 cents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They've made it so hard for people to live now that the dollar bill is just worthless.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even go into a damn dollar store anymore
and get something for $1. Yeah, the dollar store is $1.25 now.
Yeah, $1.50 for some of their sandwiches.
Where do they do that at? Like, you know, like I've never seen that, and I'm like, wow, inflation is crazy. Like,
inflation has caused time to come to a standstill.
Yeah,
everybody is at a stop. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do next?
It's like before you used to be like, yeah, fill up the shopping cart. Now you're like, okay, what do we need? Type of thing, because they tax
what's
damn near everything.
Like this obviously goes a lot with time. What's going on in this country right now, and people don't like to hear this, but it's the God's honest truth, is what's going on in this country right now is God's punishing the earth right now because they're turning their cheek to him. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Like, everybody's turning to this wicked way, and God's like, okay, I got something for you then. Word. I'm going to turn the damn heater up on you and make your life a little bit hotter and harder. Right. See how you like this for a little bit. Yeah, he's not doing that to cause the havoc that's going on in this world right now. No, he's doing that to challenge us to be a better person tomorrow. Exactly. To really question and be like, what are you going to do? Like, how are you going to be of benefit? How are you going to be of service? Because I feel like a lot of us don't look at it in a spectrum of how can I be of service to the next person, to make the next person look and be like, my life could be used to help X, Y, and Z people, and other people are like, I'm gonna be selfish. Yeah, and it's like we're just like we're an asset to a business. Time is an asset to us as long as we use it properly. Exactly. No, for real, because like when I think of time, me personally, like you say with the whole like wasting time, I don't look at it as utilize as much time as you have now on this earth, while, like, you know how they say your whole when you to the last second you get that whole little film of what you did over the years. I want to see that I did this, and up until my last breath. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I really take time to of importance, because I don't want to say, damn, yesterday I could have applied myself a little bit more better, and instead I want to say, I did what I did yesterday and I accomplished what I needed. Of course. Well, that's, people get into their mind and they're like, how the heck do I move forward? Well, you start off in kindergarten. Yeah. You can't jump to college. Right. So what God does, he uses life as school. Mm-hmm. It uses life as school. And teach you lessons. So you start in kindergarten, and if you go up a grade, and then you go up another grade, but you can't get up to the third grade yet, he'll set you back, just like you're being held back, for you to fix what you did wrong, for you to move on in your life. And at the end of your journey, when you graduate, then you're held that diploma for you to walk in the golden streets. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then you realize when you go out there, that's definitely a good analogy with that, because if you don't look at it like that, then when you leave school, you're like, I'm out in this real world. What do I do? What tools were you provided with? What tools were you given? Like, some people may not nowadays know what their gift is or what their, spot here in this world is to be, because this is not our body. We're just here for a human experience. Then that's what I call it. It's like, it's a human experience. What are you going to do and to maximize your human experience? How are you going to be of service to lead others? Because we're all on the same playing field, but at the end of the day, we all learn from one another. And I feel like a lot of people overlook that. Like they like I said, a lot of people are selfish, and I feel like with the whole, how you're saying God is doing what he's doing, is because everybody
is selfish and idolizing people that they shouldn't be idolizing when they should look within themselves like, I'm of this person, I should move this way. But not everybody has the tools to
not everybody does
to apply themselves that way.
Not everybody does, and sometimes it's too late for someone to change their stars. But everybody has that opportunity to change their stars. I'm not telling everybody to be religious and pray.
I'm not
pray
pushing
God.
no religion on anybody.
I don't push religion on anybody. You have your choice in life, what you believe in. I have my beliefs. You have your beliefs, and that's the way I see it. And hopefully, I'll see you again another day.
Yeah,
I'll leave it up to God
to make that decision.
Work on your heart.
Exactly.
That's not my job.
Exactly. If you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be and why?
Well, I would say me as a person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like anybody that knows Jethro Swagg, I'm the easiest person to get along with. I do as much as I can for people. I'm never the one that wouldn't give my shirt off my back to a stranger. So I would want everybody just to remember all the good stuff I did. I mean, there's bad stuff in everybody's life.
Yeah.
People remember those things. But the way that you got to leave this world is leave it with a smile.
Yeah.
And that's what I've tried to accomplish over the last 12 years since I turned my life around to music.
Yeah.
Music saved my life. So.
Definitely. Y'all heard it here first. So if you could go back to your 13-year-old self, what would you say?
If I had the chance to go back to my 13-year-old self, what would I say? I would tell myself to push harder, strive harder to be a better person tomorrow. Because when I was 13 years old, I was involved with sports very heavily. By the time I was a sophomore in high school, I was already getting endorsements from colleges wanting to sign me for baseball and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
If I was able to go back to my 13-year-old self, I'd be like, hey, the future has an opportunity for you. Take it now.
Yeah.
And I obviously would have changed what happened when I was 16 years old. I was involved in a car accident that it ruined everything.
Yeah.
I was playing semi-pro football for the Capital City Cowboys. Shout out to Capital City Cowboys.
Yeah.
Love you guys. I seen y'all's season this past year. Good job. I played with those guys for one season, and unfortunately I was injured in that car accident, and it ruined my career of football.
Yeah.
And around that same exact time is when I wrote the song Journey.
Mm-hmm.
I have a song on YouTube. You just go to Google or go on YouTube and type in Jethro Swagg. There's a song up there called Journey. If you want to know anything about me, if you can't physically ask me myself, you go listen to that song and it'll tell you exactly who I am.
That storytelling, yeah.
So, 13 years old, I was just playing sports and running wild, but I would go back and tell myself, hey, the future has an opportunity for you.
Like, keep pushing.
Capture it now.
Yeah.
So you don't have to wait for tomorrow. Because we're never promised tomorrow.
Exactly.
There's only two things in life that we're promised. One, we're going to live, and two, that we're going to die.
Yeah.
Everything that you do in between is up to you.
Yeah. That's crazy. To put it like that is like mind-blowing in a sense, because not many people, I feel like so many people take life for granted. And for me personally, me being the loving, genuine, I'll give the shirt off my back to
You're
the next person. Yeah. So it's like to watch some people really take life for granted. It's frustrating, because it's you don't know when your last day is.
Never.
Like that question, what do you want to be remembered by? It's just how are you going to be a greater person? How are you going to influence somebody? That's my thing, and that's how I live right now. Is how am I going to influence the next person? How am I going to motivate the next person? How can I make somebody else's life better? If it's to put a smile on their face, to ask them how their day was, to check in on them, that's just, I guess I'm in that, of service.
Yeah, well, your motivation in life is someone else's motivation.
Yeah,
but it's up to them whether they want to listen or not.
Right.
Because everybody has their own outlooks on things.
Exactly.
But if your motivation towards someone is bright,
yeah,
like it always has been,
yeah,
as long as I've known you,
yeah,
then there's no reason that someone would be receptive to what you're trying to, tell them. Everybody has their own opinions on life. Everybody has their own aspects on how they should live their life.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, as long as you walk a straight and narrow path and do what you're supposed to in life,
yeah,
the blessings will come.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I definitely, if you like, I believe heavily in manifestation. Like if you want something, manifest it, and it'll come to you. And I've seen it been happen in my personal life. So it's like things could be, if people apply themselves. But I also know, you can't bring a horse to water.
No, you can't.
Especially if they're thirsty, you can't force them to be like, hey, drink that.
Yeah, for sure.
So definitely, I definitely understand that. What do you think the world will look like in 5 years?
So my honest opinion on this situation is, it's going to be all left up to what happens in November, and that's with this year's election.
It is.
I'm going to be open about this question, and hopefully people listen to what I got to say. If things don't change with the way that the government is right now, as far as the politicians that are running this country, in 5 years, there will be no United States of America. And that's a fact. It's already happening now.
Yeah.
If anybody pays attention to politics and pays attention to the politics overseas, Putin himself right now, and you guys can fact check me if you want to.
Yeah.
Putin, as we speak right now, is developing a nuclear weapon that can go up into space.
Yeah.
And explode over the United States and level us.
Yeah.
He's developing that right now as we speak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They really not vibing with us. I don't think y'all really like in tune. Like when it comes to like,
you have to open your eyes to what's going on in this country right now.
Go watch the UN, guys. Like go look at the United Nations. Like
Joe Biden has been in office for 35 years and hasn't done nothing but corrupted the system to do foreign trades with other countries and put it into his own family's pocket. And those are facts.
Yeah.
All the foreign trade that man has done since he has been in office, the percentages of his gross income every year has tripled every single year. And they're like, how and why? It's because of the foreign trade that he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's taken that gross revenue and tripling it every year by continuously going back and forth,
mm-hmm.
back and forth. Because if nobody really knows, in China, those people that work in those big factories that label the product or labor the products that come to the United States
mm-hmm.
get paid 10 cents an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And then they bring it to this country and sell it for $5 on the shelf.
Yeah, that was a big thing. The workers and all. Yeah.
If this country does not change its direction on what's going on right now, in 5 years, the United States is going to be in the worst situation that it has ever been in. And if the election doesn't go very well in November, as I pray that it does for the country.
Yeah, I'm hoping for
it's going to start then. Because, well, I shouldn't even say it's going to start then. It's already started.
Yeah. It's more so are we going to catch up to to where, everybody's driving things to.
I watch several different people on my TikTok. There's a lady that lives out in Hawaii, and a gallon of milk in Hawaii is $9.
Who are you telling? Like back home in the Caribbean, it's like $20 for the little small thing of oil. Like, yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if y'all aren't known, like, I'm Caribbean and stuff like that. Not, back home is not as quick as the United States. Like, they don't have Louis, Gucci, and all that other stuff. Like, there's ways where you send, like, they're called barrels, brown, blue, whatever color, but you send packages like that to your family back home because there's such limited supplies of things. Like, I don't think y'all really know what's really going on. So,
at the end of the day, be thankful for what you have. Appreciate what you have, because there's a lot of people in this world that doesn't have. And if this government doesn't take a step back and start putting time and effort into the American people, then this country is going to fall flat on its face, because right now this organization that's running the country is taking our hard-earned money that we pay taxes in every single week and every biweekly and every monthly paycheck that people receive. Those taxes that we're paying is going to fund another war across the big old blue sea that we have nothing to freaking do with. If we do not switch up this government situation that we're in right now, the inflations are going to continuously grow over and over and over again. And before you know it, man, the homeless percentage is going to be through the roof.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in a small town in North Carolina where everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
And you can live and get along, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's people out there that are homeless. They have an entire area in the town where I grew up at that is dedicated to homeless people, that they built them tents and little bungalows because they just can't afford to live. Are they getting government assistance? Absolutely, because that's what the government wants you to do. They want you to be on their payroll.
I was about to say they want you to be on their payroll. Yeah, they want you to be on a leash.
Of course. You know, that's why all this hatred and shit that's going on in the country right now and the police brutality and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. See, the police in this country have forgotten that they work for the people. The people don't work for them. You have to abide by your laws and your constitution that you swore an oath to. Mm-hmm. If you don't stand by that and live by that, how can you expect anybody to respect you?
100%.
Can't do it. That's why cops are getting shot.
Yeah.
And that's why innocent young men are getting shot out here every single day. I have a friend of mine that was a police officer in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. He went to serve a warrant on this 15-year-old kid that was very dangerous. He was already marked dangerous. 15 years old. He got out of his car to go up there and serve him a warrant. And this 15-year-old kid walked down his front porch and put a bullet in between his eyes. At 15 years old. Killed a cop just like that.
That is crazy.
If you have people in this world that have those psychological imbalances up there, why don't you take the money that we pay into taxes every year and put it into our mental health?
Exactly. When I tell you that's something that's overlooked, mental health, it's
a
ridiculous.
Real thing.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, for example, you tell your job, I need a mental health day. They're going to look at you like, what?
Yeah.
Like, they're going to ask you for a doctor's note. 2, they don't believe in that. Yeah. They want you to,
they want you to be a slave.
Exactly.
This is modern day slavery.
Exactly. They want you to exchange your time to make money in their pockets. That's why, I don't knock 9-to-5s, but the 9-to-5 and you're working for the man, like, especially when you don't know where the funds are going, say you're working for a 9-to-5 and it's your friend's business, whole different aspect. But if you're working for uncles, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you really doing? You're putting money in whose pockets, and you're not even seeing the money that you're actually making because you're getting a small percentage after taxes has come out. So it's like, we, all in all, we just got to get with the program.
You have to. This was the United States for many, 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 many years. As long as this has been a country, it was a United States. Now it's the divided states.
Yeah.
Everybody hates everybody. And the government, if nobody, hey, listen, I want y'all to hear what I'm about to say. If nobody's paying attention to this, the government is what's causing the racism in this country. Mm-hmm. They divide us by treating us differently.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes us hate each other. If we would take a step back and take control of this country, we would be able to come together individually, one at a time, and make this country great again.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not a huge Trump supporter.
Right.
But I support his unity. I support his united ways that he has for this country.
Yeah.
He's for all sides, not for just one side.
Right.
There's 4 sides to a square.
Yeah.
If you don't cover all sides, then how the hell you know how long it is on the other side?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
The government that's in office right now is stopping at the corner and saying, this is it.
Yeah, we're just going to chill here.
Yeah.
Scope Trump the scenery out, but we're not going to touch the other corners because we may
Trump's
not be
a
practical.
businessman.
Yeah, no,
okay.
Absolutely.
People don't know a lot about Trump's history.
That's why
I've read about his
That's
history.
why he does the things he does. It's every move he does is strategic.
Hey, listen, if there's anybody out there on the FHA loans, guess what? Trump's dad started that.
See,
he started that, and guess what? They also grew up in the most racist, part of Jamaica, Queens, when it wasn't even considered Jamaica, Queens. And you can fact check that as well.
Yeah, no. All in all, just get it together, y'all.
Yeah.
We got to come together as one.
Absolutely.
Like, you see how they divide us. Like, it don't even, and it's crazy because, like he says, like, if you grew up in a small, tight-knit town and y'all know each other, imagine that all around the world. Us against them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we got to be smarter. Some people don't even know their rights when it comes to a traffic stop. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, really get in tune. So when push comes to shove and we're faced with that day, we're ready. We're not caught lacking. Right. You know what I'm saying? We're getting caught lacking too much.
The world can't judge us for who we are.
Exactly.
God judges us.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, you got to keep pushing forward. And listen, this is something that can't be done overnight. But us as a country has to do it together. Day by day. We have to do it together. We have to stop looking at someone like, oh, well, this or what, you know.
Put your fingers.
Everybody's getting upset.
What could we do? You know what I'm saying?
What can we do? Everybody's getting upset because, and I like to bring this stuff up because I have friends that are part of this community, but the LGBT community, people get upset about that. Well, the reason that they're getting upset is because of how much the government is pushing it in people's face and making people push it into people's face. Yeah. Like it's not always been there. Yeah. There's always been gay couples. Yeah. Always. Yeah. But we don't need it pushed off into our face. We accept it for what it is. Right. What's pissing people off is you're making it okay just to punch people in the mouth with it. Yeah. That's what it is. It ain't got nothing to do with what their beliefs are. Yeah, just
for lack of better terms, religion. You know what I'm saying? That was the topic. Like, oh, let's learn, Catholicism in school. Let's learn Judaism. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like he's saying that as far as they push it in our face, but it's like we already had knowledge of it.
It's already here. We already know it. Type of thing. So we already accept it for what it is. Exactly. We already know that a woman has the opportunity to have feelings for another woman. We already know that a man has the opportunity to have feelings with another man. Right. Guess what? We're humans. At the end of the day, we're all animals. Exactly. We're all animals.
We are mammals.
We are. We are.
Back to school.
Back to school. Oh, here we go again, talking about school. Right, exactly. Life is school. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely, 1,000%. But, yeah, man. Tap in, chat. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Love Jethro Swagg. It's always a good conversation. Where can everybody find your socials? Like where can everybody find you?
My Instagram, I believe. Let me just check to verify it. I believe it's Jethro Swagg 2020, but I think I might have changed it to 2022.
And I'll make sure to put in the comments make sure you guys follow him.
Yeah, listen, you guys follow me on Jethro Swagg 2020. Like I said, it's JETHRO SWAGG because I'm double the gangster. Yeah. I live by that shit.
Yeah. Standing on business.
Big business. But you guys can follow me on Instagram, Jethro Swagg 2022. You guys can follow me on Facebook. It's my government, Ron. Last name is Vwagger. If you don't know how to spell it, it's V as in Victor, IEHWEGER. And listen, you guys can follow me on YouTube as well. Just type in Jethro Swagg. And if you're having problems of doing all that good stuff, just Google me. I'm worldwide.
I'm at that point too. I'd be like, Google Vernlogic. I pop up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah,
you can do that. You can Google me and it pulls up everything.
Definitely tap in with him. He's a great person. Anybody I bring on the podcast, I vouch for anybody that's been on the podcast. Like, I don't bring anybody but good vibes.
I got the G-Pass, you heard?
Word. Like, I don't bring anybody but good people on, this platform. So, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for always staying in tune. Make sure you tap in with his music. He definitely has a lot of stuff, in the works. So definitely stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys next episode. Have a great night. Oh, yeah.